You know I like a one-pot meal, right? Today, I'm upping my one-pot ante by including some delicious winter greens in my recipe. It's a chicken and rice with Swiss chard. Why not add some vegetables to your chicken and rice, right? That's what I say. So to start off, take 4 leg and thigh sections of chicken. You want to season them with salt and pepper, using tongs to turn it over in the hopes that I won't touch it. We'll see what happens. Inevitably, I just go ahead and touch it anyway. I have my Dutch oven preheating already, and I'm gonna place the chicken skin side down in the pan. No oil is necessary because of the skin, it's gonna render. Don't worry about the fact that I'm not adding any oil. I mean, I was worried, which is why I'm saying that. What you wanna do is brown the skin, and that'll also render some of the fat out. And it takes about 12 minutes total browning both sides. Fit the chicken in nicely in your pot, make sure your pot's big enough, and then you can prep your veg. First, start off with an onion. I have 1 medium large onion, diced. You're gonna build a lot of flavor by sauteing some onions and garlic and carrot together, and then you're gonna cook everything together in one pot, rice and chicken. You'll need nothing else except for this one pot deliciousness. I mean, I think. I don't know. I'm not you. Don't tell me what I'm gonna want, Sarah. Maybe I want a salad. Maybe I feel like having some soup or dessert. 3 cloves of garlic chopped. Doesn't have to be really fine this time. Doesn't have to be minced. And then 2 carrots. Peel them and then dice them. These are the world's smallest carrots. These carrots are so tiny they're practically already diced. I'm just kidding. You could add another one if you wanted to if they were this small. But you don't have to. Let's turn that chicken over. Oh yeah. It's spattering, but it's golden. It's my own fault for using these really short tongs. Brown the second side and prep your chard. I have 1 bunch of Swiss chard here. And with chard, you can eat both the stem and the leaves, but they cook at slightly different rates. So what I like to do is just trim the ends off, get rid of those, and then separate the leaves from the stem. If there's any bruised pieces on your chard, just get rid of that. And then the stems you can chop, and the leaves you'll just tear into 2-inch pieces. The chard stems will go in when you put your onions in, and the chard leaves go in a little bit later. And they can go in with your onions and garlic because they're gonna all cook together, and then you can tear your leaves, or, well, you can chop them too. I'm just gonna chop. All right, time to saute. Take your chicken out of the pan, and there's already some fat in there from the chicken skin, so you don't need to add any extra oil. I'm just putting my brown chicken back on the original tray. It's gonna cook more, so I'm not worried about cross-contamination. Quickly, before the pan has a chance to start burning, add the vegetables. And you wanna saute your aromatics until they're translucent. That should take about 4 minutes. Happening quickly, this pot was hot. I'm gonna get a lemon, that's gonna go into, well, actually just the zest. Zest, 1½ teaspoons. Oh, I already forgot that I learned that it's better to do it this way. Rub your zester over your lemon as opposed to rubbing your lemon over your zester. Martha has been doing it this way forever, and yet I refused to adopt this as my way. You have a lot more control, and you get a lot more zest off this way. 1½ cups of basmati rice. I'm being approximate here. I'm using a 1-cup measure. I'm filling it halfway, okay? The cool thing about this is that even though there is some fat in it from the chicken skin, there's no additional fat. So we could say it's lighter and lower in fat. Stir that around just for 30 seconds to a minute. You just want to coat all of the grains of rice in a little bit of the small amount of fat that's in there. And then you add 2½ cups of chicken broth. And there's some brown bits on the bottom. You want to scrape those up. Starting to look good. Add your Swiss chard leaves. Stir it around just to wilt it slightly, and then add your chicken back in, skin side up. Try not to overlap it too much, otherwise it won't cook evenly. Bring the liquid back to a boil. Make sure that you season it. I should have seasoned before I added the chicken. I'm just gonna season it now. And then cover it, reduce it to a simmer, and cook it on top of the stove until the chicken's cooked through. That'll take about 25 minutes. And look at the payoff. I'm extremely excited to try this. It's gonna taste delicious, If you wanted to, you could serve an entire leg and thigh piece, which is what I'm gonna take, or you can cut them apart. In fact, you could cut them apart before you do this, and that way it'll be easier. It's a little more difficult in the end. Serve yourself up a delicious and colorful winter meal. I'm highly for it. Look how beautiful it is. Who doesn't want to eat that? Oh wait, it gets a wedge of lemon. Give it a little squeeze. Even better. From my kitchen to yours, a one-pot meal full of deliciousness and beauty. The Swiss chard stems in there are like little jewels. What do jewels taste like?